Leave it to Dirt Rider magazine to come up with a new and different way to test the latest crop of trials bikes. Now, these machines aren't just for the serious competitor. They are among the most enjoyable play bikes you'll find anywhere. So we've sought the impressions of some guys whose areas of expertise are well outside the world of trials.
We're doing a trials bike comparison test with a little twist. We're using these guys from other motorcycle sports to show that there's a lot of interest in trials from a lot of different riders. There are 5 bikes available for trials in America now, and we've got a Gas, we've got Boltaco, we've got Montesa, we've got Scorpa, and we've got Beta. So those are the 5.
Beta Rev 3 270cc. They've also got a 250cc. One of the trick things on the bike's a linkageless rear suspension. No linkage at all. Prevents a lot of play. There's no slack. When you're going over a big step, it just grabs right onto the rock, pulls you right over it. It handles real nice. It's great for every type of rider, from novice to a master. It balances really easy. The suspension set up real nice, real easy to turn. It doesn't try to force you over the bars or force you to the back. The pegs are real low. Center of gravity is just great.
It's a Scorpa. It's French made. It was formerly using a Rotax engine, and as of this year they've made an alliance with Yamaha, and it's a 250cc water cooled. It has a lot quicker power with the Yamaha engine than the Rotax, and the whole package is lighter.
2001 Sherco is the lightest bike that's been produced yet for trials at 154 pounds. With the exhaust system tucked in underneath the subframe, you don't feel that ever against your legs, so you can really lay the bike over on its side in the turns. With the 275cc motor, all the bikes seem to be going to that size as sort of a compromise between the buzzy 250s and the real torquey 320s.
Well, the Montesa trials bike is called a Coda, which means mountain peak in Spanish. It's called a 315R. It's really 250cc. Engine's built by HRC, which is Honda Racing Corporation. It's currently the world champion bike, and obviously my favorite bike. I like the Honda influence on the motorcycle. I think it's a lot of people feel at home with that. All the hardware and components are directly from Honda, even though it's not sold by Honda in the United States.
This year, the new bike has new forks on it that are softer and smoother than previous models. And they've also done some changes to the exhaust system. They've made the exhaust a little wider in the center box, which makes the motor a little bit smoother than some of the other bikes. And overall, they've got a pretty polished package because they've been working on this same basic frame design for about 3 seasons.
The rules are, when you put your feet down, if you don't put any feet down, that's the best you can do. Or you could put 1 foot down, 2 feet down, 3 feet down, and you could act like a centipede through the section and still get a 3, okay? Or you get a 5 if you crash or go out of bounds or anything like that.
Or roll backwards.
You can't roll backwards, you can't go sideways. You can stop, but you get a point for it.
So your scores are 1, 2, 3, 5.
Yeah. 0, 1, 2, 3, 5.
Oh, I'm gonna watch Mike. Where he goes, I go.
Yeah. Sure about that?
I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm just having fun. Watching him do it makes me gotta go do it now, so time to go play.
They're looking good for their first time out.
You're having any fun.
Well, it's hard when you just suck so bad.
It's okay when you're riding on the rocks, just goofing around, but as soon as you get up with it in between the tape, road racing, it all becomes a totally different ball game.
Word. So let's just move on, you guys.
made, and they all look identical. You know, and you wouldn't think they'd be that much different, but definitely you can feel it in the steering. This one seems to wheel a little easier for me, and that's good.
We call them characteristics. There's no bad trials bike. They're so similar, but everyone has its own characteristics. There's subtle differences in where they put the foot pegs, each manufacturer. And interestingly enough, the guys who ride these bikes in top competition, the bikes are surprisingly stock.
Overall, I'd say the Gas and the Sherpa were my best.
I think the Gas seem to fit me the best, but they're all really, really good. So, I don't know, I might have to go out and buy one.
A favorite of mine is the Montesa. I think probably just because it has HRC logos all over it and it looks factory. But the Montesa felt really good, and so did the, I mean, there's so many of them. They all felt good, they're fun.
I would probably say the Bultaco is probably one of the easiest bikes to ride because it's so light and so quick turning and easy. And I would say the Gas and the Montesa have a lot of low-end power, and those are probably the bikes you'd want to have if you're hitting those really, really steep faces or really rock where you need that extra power.
It's just really hard to say which bike I think is the best. I think there was bikes that I jumped on that felt a little bit more comfortable right off the bat, but I think overall all the bikes are just outstanding.
Okay, thanks, guys. When Motorcyclist returns, we'll hand down a verdict.
Performance first. The heat is on in April as Motorcyclist and its sister publications fire up newsstands everywhere. Superbikes, Mighty Minis, Turbos, Tests, and Triple Crowns. Pick one up and we'll even throw in a 193-mile-an-hour 600.
And now the moment for which you have all been waiting. The last step in Sport Rider Magazine's comparison of 600 sport bikes. Picking a winner.
When our testing on the street kind of brought out a few subjective comments, when we came out here to the racetrack, we did find that there were some differences between the bikes, and in company this good, when the competition is this fierce between all the manufacturers, any small flaw really shows up. With the Triumph TT600, mostly centered around the engine. The chassis and brakes are great. The fuel injection just needs just a little bit more refinement. It's a little bit abrupt off the closed throttle, and it's kind of difficult to be able to be smooth in the tighter sections of the track. The Kawasaki ZX6R, overall, it's just as the pace heats up, the suspension chassis just starts to come unglued just a bit. You really can't keep up the fast pace of the top three bikes. And that brings us to the Yamaha R6, the Honda CBR F4i, and the new GSX-R 600. Between the three of them, it was really, really close. For me, the GSX-R 600 just inspired the most confidence. The chassis was just rock stable, and the motor is definitely the strongest one out there. Also, for all our testers out here, when it really came down to it, when we really asked them what motorcycle they really could go fast on and really gave them the most confidence, it was Suzuki's GSX-R 600.
Thanks, Kent. You know, there are a couple of ways that the manufacturers go about selling these 600s. One is comparisons like this one. The other is serious racing efforts. And so let's consider. Suzuki has already won the comparison test. Honda has won the 600 race at Daytona, and in the ProStar season opener, Kawasaki became the first 600 to go into the 9s. And it's only March. My guess is we'll find some additional things to complicate your buying decision by the time you're ready to write the check. I'm Dave Despain. That's Motorcyclist on Speed Vision. We'll see you next time.